Right, so hello and welcome back to another 90 Day The Single Life video on Arthur TV. Today we're back for part 2 of Big Ed's journey on the second season of the series. So last time out we looked at Ed's start to single life after his breakup with Liz at the end of season 1. A couple of months had passed and Big Ed had been working on becoming a new version of himself. He had been going to therapy, he had been going to the gym, and he even had a brand new look. However, other than finally ruling out dating girls younger than his own daughter again, not much had really changed. He still seemed to be the same age-obsessed, self-centered egomaniac that we had gotten to know and loved to hate during his first 2 seasons on screen. Hoping to move on from Liz, he asked 42-year-old Mia from Las Vegas out on a date. But after a relatively successful swing dancing session, things started going rapidly downhill when he broke out into tears over his ex. And that is where the first episode finished. Today, we're going to have a look at what happened next, to see if Big Ed can turn things around, or if Mia's going to do what any sane woman should do if they come into contact with Big Ed, and run for the hills.
Sorry I got emotional.
Wow. Don't cry.
I'm not. Sorry. I'm on a date with a girl named Mia. Swing dancing was awesome. But now she seems very guarded. And I did cry. I wear my heart on my sleeve and I kind of feel awkward.
I wonder if part of the reason he feels awkward is because he didn't quite get the reaction he was hoping for. Like, although he definitely is a bit of an over-emotional mess a lot of the time, sometimes I feel like he does play up to it quite a lot for sympathy. Given Mia seemed to physically cringe at him, like most women seem to do, rather than offering him a shoulder to cry on like he might have expected, I don't think he quite knew how to deal with that subtle rejection.
How long ago was that?
3 months ago.
So it's fairly recent.
The relationship between Ed and Liz seems to be very, very concerning. He preferred to be in a toxic relationship and to be with someone than to be solo and happy.
I love how Ed is so two-dimensional that even someone who just met him can see right through him just the way we do. He's always been so afraid of being alone that he just jumps into these relationships regardless of whether they're right for him or not. Like the Rose situation, a 23-year-old and a 53-year-old from 2 different countries was always going to be a tough one. But he still jumped straight into that and booked a flight to the Philippines, having only ever spoken to her on Facebook Messenger. Then there was Liz, who at least was a few years older but was still younger than his own daughter, and he stalked her at her workplace for months until she agreed to date him. And they ended up breaking up and getting back together 8 times, and I'm still not sure he's learnt his lesson there. But whilst he's out of that toxic relationship for now at least, he's just continuing this cycle by dating Mia before he's even over Liz. Thankfully this time it's to someone who's a lot closer to his age, so it does seem like he's learning, just at the pace of a snail. Who also coincidentally don't appear to have a brain either.
So I'm done. I've moved on. And I wish her the best, but I'm in a much better place.
It sounds like you are.
Let's talk about something else. So, where did you grow up?
I was born and raised in New Jersey.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
What's a Jersey girl doing in Vegas?
Oh.
Did I say that right?
Nah, kinda.
You know, when they had that long awkward silence at the start of the day, I was thinking to myself like, come on Ed, just say anything. Literally anything at all would be better than this awkward silence. But now I realise just how wrong I was. This is Big Ed we're talking about, isn't it? The same guy who bought Rose a toothbrush and toothpaste as a gift when he said her breath smelt bad, and told Liz on their first date at his house that she smelt of goat poop. He's about as charming as a toad. In fact, apparently, some toad species come together at night and sing to attract females. So if he was a toad species, he wouldn't even be the most charming of them. Big Ed really hasn't got a lot of competition for bottom place in the animal kingdom, has he? Coming up, the excruciating date continues. But first, a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Manscape.com. And boy, has Christmas come early this year, because I just got gifted the new Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped themselves. First up in the pack is the Lawnmower 4.0, a waterproof cordless trimmer that's built with advanced skin-safe technology to avoid nicks and cuts on your most sensitive areas. New to the collection is the new Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. It has these 360-degree rotary blades and the same skin-safe technology as the trimmer. Also, Manscaped are no longer just face and below the waist grooming, because the Performance Package 4.0 also includes the new and improved Shears 2.0, a luxury 6-piece stainless steel nail kit. Very nice. Just look at that engraving. So what are you waiting for? Go to manscaped.com and use the promo code ArthurTV for 20% off, plus free international shipping, plus for a limited time only, 2 free gifts. This luxury shed travel bag and these extraordinarily comfy Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. Merry Christmas indeed. Thank you Manscaped.com for supporting today's video. Now let's get back to Big Ed's date.
So, can I ask how long you've been single?
It's a little less than a year. Got divorced in July of last year.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It is what it is. It needed to happen.
Okay. And how are you doing with that?
Do my ears deceive me, or is Big Ed actually asking a question on the first date? Although it did sound a little bit scripted, didn't it? Almost like he's practiced acting interested on a first date with his therapist. But you just never really know with Big Ed, do you? Big Ed definitely saw the fact that Liz had been divorced twice as a kind of weakness he could exploit in their relationship. So maybe he really is interested to find out more about Mia's divorce. Just maybe not for the right reasons.
I'm learning about myself. It's a whole rebirth process. Finding out who you are, what you like, what you want, what you need. So I am learning.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
It's a reasonable response from Ed, but it is creepily textbook, isn't it? Thank you for sharing is definitely something he's heard his therapist say, and I'm guessing he's just kind of thought to himself that that's the appropriate response among normal empathy-feeling humans. But it's also very overdramatic, isn't it? Like, what is he taking that deep breath for? He looks sadder hearing about her divorce than he did speaking about his own.
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of you. I'm sorry. You're awesome.
Thank you.
I like you. I have another awesome reason to come to Vegas. And I mean that.
Okay.
Ouch. No response to the I like you or I have another good reason to come to Vegas has got to hurt. He usually drops the I love you too early, but I'm not even going to roast him for this. Saying I like you on a first date is fine, but he's still got a face full of pie like the clown he is. You know, I wish we could see how they actually got along at the barbecue where they met, because Big Ed said that they hit it off, but they've been out dancing and they've had a few drinks, and the conversation is literally drier than Big Ed's scalp before he puts mayonnaise on it.
So I guess the next question is, can we go out again?
Maybe.
Anyways, well, thank you again. I had a blast.
Thank you. I had fun.
Okay, so should we get out of here?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
You know, to witness how she reacted to him saying I like you and I want to come visit you and still shoot his shot is almost admirable. If it wasn't the deluded actions of a romantically challenged egomaniac, I would actually rate the confidence. He does at least seem to be a little bit more secure than in past seasons though, because despite that maybe being a very clear no, he is actually handling the rejection quite well, by his standards at least.
I've learned that I can date closer to my age. I don't have to be with a young person in their 20s. I don't have to have that, which for me is huge. So I asked Mia on a second date, but she didn't say yes. This was fun.
It was. Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I rate her for not wanting to continue to date him, you know. I think a lot of people were suspicious that the only reason that she said yes to dating him was for his fame and money. So she's definitely kept hold of a lot of her integrity by walking away, as soon as it became clear that he's not quite the charming little bundle of laughs that he tries so desperately hard to portray himself as. Unfortunately, this ending to the date is all they showed in the episode, and he didn't actually make an appearance in the next one. So I apologise if this video is a little bit shorter and less eventful than usual, but worry not, because as soon as the next episode's out, I'll be back with another video. And there is no doubt in my mind that Big Ed will regress into more deviant shenanigans as his desperate search for love continues. So if you want to keep up with this series, make sure you're subscribed down below so you don't miss out. As always, the links to my Instagram, Twitter and other social media will be down below, and I would just like to say a very quick thank you to my Patreons and channel members. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.